I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. For all. For all. For all. For all.
Repeat after me. I, Daniel Hirsch,
I, Daniel Hirsch,
do solemnly affirm
that
that I will support the Constitution
I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and of the State of New Jersey,
and of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
to
the same, and to the governments established
in
in the United States
the United States
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of Metuchen Borough Council member according to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I, Tyler Kendall,
I, Tyler Candell,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true
that I will bear true
faith and allegiance
to
the same,
and
to the governments established
in
in the United States
the United States
and in this state, under the authority of the people, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of Metuchen Borough Council member according to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you.
First. So sign right here. All right. Congratulations again. Okay. All right. Sign right here. Congratulations. Again. Thank you. All right, you're official. Congratulations. Thank you. All right. Welcome, everybody. I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is the 2021 reorganization meeting. Roll call, please, Ms. Jackson.
Councilman Delia.
Here.
Councilman Hirsch.
Here.
Councilman Candell.
Here.
Councilwoman Koskowski. Linda?
Here.
Linda's here. There you are. Hi. Councilwoman Rasmussen.
Here.
Councilwoman Rubin.
Here.
Mayor Bush.
Here. An adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act pursuant to Public Law 1975, Chapter 231. Said notice was sent to the Home News Tribune and the Star Ledger on December 24th, 2020, posted on the Borough webpage and Facebook, and filed with the Borough Clerk. All requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. Now we are going to hear from Bishop Cecchio from the Diocese of Metuchen.
Hello, everyone. Bishop Cecchio here. Happy New Year's. I'm happy to join with you today as we begin this new year, to join you in a moment of prayer for all those good people who serve our beautiful borough. We're blessed to live in Metuchen, huh? We have a great borough, and they do a great job. I certainly want to congratulate Dan Hirsch and Tyler Candle on their win, and who will be commissioned today, and the other commissioners, certainly our commission members and all those people who serve in committees throughout the borough. We certainly say thank you for what you do, for the offering of yourself and your time for the common good of our borough. I certainly want to thank the mayor for his leadership. Mayor Bush does a good job. I see him often on my daily walks, him and his family, and it's always a pleasure to see him. So I greet you all today, and I want to kick this off with a moment of prayer. Loving God, we thank you for the blessings you bestow upon us in this life. They are signs to us of your goodness and love for us. At this time, amidst so many hardships in our country and our world, we pause to ask your help for us, for all those who are suffering anyway at this time. We ask that you enlighten us, especially our mayor and commissioners and all those who serve this borough. Enlighten them on ways that the common good can better be served in this borough. Help us all to be true servants who truly watch out for our brothers and sisters, to help to improve the quality of life for all those in our borough. We thank you for all them. We ask you to strengthen them, along with all of our good residents. 2021, we ask your blessing, good God, on all of us, that it may be a year of better health, a year of happiness, life, and prosperity. God bless you all.
Thank you, Bishop Cecchio. We've been trying to get Bishop Cecchio to do our invocation for quite a while now, and we're thrilled that he was finally able to do it this year of all years. Welcome, everyone, to our reorganization meeting. We're thrilled to have so many people. It's too bad that we can't all be together in the council chamber as we normally are, but and it makes it much more difficult for me to announce the dignitaries that are here, but I'm going to do my best. I see that we have Freeholder Director Ron Rios is with us. And feel free to text me, one of you, if I miss you here, but I see that we have Senator Patrick Dignan is with us. We've got Freeholder Santinara is with us. It's great to see her. We've got, I believe we've got, oh, you know what? And it's January 1st. So I'm going to pull back a second. I called them freeholders. We should all stand corrected. As of today, they are commissioners. So let's start this again. Senator is still senator, right? So Senator Dignan, we're great to have you here. But we've got Commissioner Director. We've got to get used to saying that. Commissioner Director Ron Rios, Commissioner Santinara, and Commissioner Ken Armwood. So, Commissioner Charlie Tamaro, too. Look at all you guys here. Commissioner Charlie Kenny as well, and Commissioner. Yeah, look at this. It's great to have so many. Maybe this is a benefit to having Zoom meetings. People could just kind of fly from one to the other because you can't possibly be in multiple places at once. So it's great to see you. We also have Assemblyman Rob Karavinchik is with us, and it's great to see him. Obviously, we are thrilled. I think I have everyone. Just give me 1 second to peruse all these faces in Hollywood Squares. It is, yeah, I think I've got everybody here, unless you haven't used your real name. Sometimes you end up here with your child's name or your spouse's name because they're at work on this computer last. But I just, this is such a special meeting every year because you organize our borough. But it is so incredibly special every time we swear someone else new in. And today, obviously, the circumstances are different because we are remote. And I know it gets cliche after a while to say it, but we had to swear Hirsch and Tyler Kendall in this morning at 10 a.m. with a limited group. And 10 a.m. in front of Borough Hall, and the council members before you even logged in here, which is great to see. And I'm going to turn this over to Council Member Dan Hirsch.
Thank you, Mayor. So I just wanted to say a few words. I'm honored and humbled to have been elected to the Metuchen Borough Council this year. I wanted to thank everyone who voted. I deeply appreciate being entrusted, being on the council. I wanted to thank Bishop Checchio and Rabbi Rosin for their words today. You'll hear from Rabbi Rosin later. I look forward to working with everyone, with Linda and Dorothy and Sherry Rose, and of course Jason and Tyler. If those at home and who live in Metuchen or are concerned about anything in Metuchen, I want you guys to know that you should be free to reach out to me at dhirsch@metuchen.com. Call me. My number's available. I'm on Facebook. If you have any concerns, I'd like to help you guys out. But thank you again for entrusting me. Thank you, Mayor.
Great. Thank you, Councilman Hirsch. We're thrilled you're back with us. I know it's been 2 years was not enough, and we're thrilled we're going to have you for 5, God willing. So we also got with us a newcomer to the Borough Council who was previously serving in the borough as a zoning board member. We've got Tyler Candell with us, and we're thrilled to have Tyler. So Councilman Candell, would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, I'll just speak briefly. I just want to first of all thank my family for letting me have the free time to devote to the borough over the next 3 years. And I also want to thank the voters of Metuchen for entrusting me with the privilege of serving on the council. It's an honor that I don't take lightly, and I won't take lightly over the next 3 years. I look forward to working with and getting to know better the council members, and of course working with you, Jonathan, over the next 3 years on the important issues that face the borough. And I'm excited to get to work, and excited to maybe meet in person over the course of 2021. Hopefully the Zooming will end at some point and we'll be in person. Thank you very much.
And hopefully sooner than later. I would be remiss if I didn't mention 2 more. Thank you, by the way, Councilman Candell, which has a great ring to it. I would be remiss if I didn't mention 2 others who are with us. We have with us Edison Township Council President Joyce Ship Freeman, who's here, and I want to thank Council President Ship Freeman for being here with us. We also have the former Council President of the Metuchen Borough Council, and although it was only for 2 weeks, the 35th Mayor of the Borough of Metuchen, Ron Grazel, who's with us. Recently retired, by the way, as of today. So congratulations to Ron Grazel. It's wonderful to see you, and hello to Jan as well, who's in the same screenshot as Ron right now on Zoom. Okay, at this time, I'm going to ask for nominations for the office of Council President.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I would like to nominate my friend and very effective public servant, Linda Kuskoski, for Council President for the year 2021.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
Yes, I would like
second?
to enthusiastically second the nomination of my running mate for the past 2 elections that we ran as Council President.
Great. So we've got a motion by Councilwoman Sherry Rose Rubin, a second by Councilwoman Dorothy Rasmussen, and we're just going to do all those in favor.
Aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Congratulations, Council President Kuskoski.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I just want to say that it's an honor for me to be selected by my peers to lead them, especially knowing my peers, working with Sherry and Dorothy and Jason and Dan over the past few years have really shown me that Metuchen is in amazingly good hands. We are so lucky to have the council that we have. And being part of the council, obviously, I know how much work you guys put into this, and I know how dedicated you are to making our town the best that it can possibly be. Now, Tyler, I only know you by reputation. And so if the rumors hold true—
That could go both ways.
if the rumors hold true, Metuchen is very, very lucky to have you added to the council. I understand you to be a very thoughtful and insightful person. This is what I've heard about you. This is your reputation that precedes you. So I'm really looking forward to working with you on the issues that face our town. And the one thing I know about everybody on this group is we do this because we love our town and we want to make sure we're making it the best that we can possibly be. So thank you so much for your trust in leading you. And I hope I don't fail you. And let's get going. I'm looking forward to a 2021 that we can meet in person and do stuff like actual stuff, you know, in person.
And Council President, I'll just say I'm thrilled that you're back in this role. It's no secret that the 2 of us spend lots of time texting and on the phone with one another. And especially this year, you were just, you were, there's no way that we could have pulled off all we've done without you. So I'm so glad that you're back and that we're going to be working together again in the same capacity. I'm thrilled that you're here. So congratulations on becoming and being reelected as council president.
Thank you, Mayor. You just reminded me that I forgot to say how much I do love working with you. I was going to save that for last. I kind of got lost on the excitement of doing stuff. But one of the things I also want to say is that our little team that we sort of put together, our ad hoc team that kind of got us through all of the pandemic stuff, which included obviously Mayor Bush, Melissa Pearlstein, and Jay Muldoon. This town has no idea how lucky they were to have that team, that we all worked together to make sure that we could move everything forward. And that doesn't even include all the amazing people on the Office of Emergency Management, where we were meeting once a week, making sure that we were just doing all the things that we needed to do as a town. So again, thank you, Mayor, so much for being such a great leader and allowing me to work with you.
Thank you so much, Council President. And at this point, how's that? Is that better? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I had to hit the record button. Unfortunately, I hadn't recorded this session, and I want to make sure that I did my duty as told by the Director of Communications for the borough. So, Brandon, we're good now? All right. I take that as a thumbs up. Okay. So we'll take this part of the meeting for me to deliver the borough address, the mayor's address. And so here we go. We pre-recorded this for a variety of reasons, most of which had to do with making sure that there was a proper stream. We recorded this morning as well. And I hope you appreciate it and help motivate us for the year to come. So here we go.
Happy New Year, Metuchen. Congratulations to Councilman Dan Hirsch and Councilman Tyler Candell on their membership on the Borough Council. I'm proud and honored to have sworn them in. Councilman Hirsch has served us for nearly 2 years and has demonstrated many extraordinarily valuable skills, including his keen sense of financial matters and incredible sensitivity and care for the well-being of our residents. All of us have such high regard for Councilman Hirsch that none of us has allowed our opinions of him to be swayed by the fact that he's a huge fan of all teams from the city of Buffalo. As for Councilman Candell, we are so pleased to add his voice to the council because, candidly, he's not afraid to use it. And I'm certain he will always tell us what's on his mind. This straightforwardness, combined with his innate sense of fairness, are among his most noticeable qualities. Dan and Tyler are two bright and decent members of our community, and we are so lucky that they have made this commitment to join the Borough Council. With this reorganization, we embark on a new day, a new year, and a new beginning with opportunities unlike any other in Metuchen's modern history. Last year, at this exact same time, we conducted swearings in, and I shared with you the outlook, plans, and current state of the borough. None of us could have ever imagined the way all of our lives would change just 2 months later. Consider your state of mind on January 1st, 2020. Could you ever have imagined walking down Main Street wearing a mask? Did you ever think that our children would attend school in their bedrooms or that you might be working from home every day? Could you have ever fathomed that hugging your family, your friends, would become a health risk? Had you ever Zoomed? In 2020, we were challenged as individuals and as a community in ways we never could have imagined. But I'm here to tell you this afternoon that despite these challenges, and perhaps because of them, the state of our borough is stronger than ever. In February, while some in positions of national authority seemed strikingly unconcerned about the coronavirus threat, we were determined to be proactive in our efforts to do what Metuchen does best, to protect and to take care of one another. In a March 12th social media post, I outlined the many ways that our borough prepared for the pandemic's arrival, and it was at that moment we coined the term One Metuchen, a message that highlights our borough's unified spirit and devotion to one another. Our management of the pandemic has been driven by this very principle, and we have been guided by science while being focused on safety, communication, education, and swift yet deliberative action. For example, as soon as the pandemic arrived, we took immediate steps to safeguard the health of our borough's essential workers by shifting schedules to limit interpersonal contact but ensure the continuity of borough government and its services. We work to support and protect our residents and businesses through a multitude of efforts. For example, we commenced discussions with local landlords to gain their flexibility for our small businesses who had become understandably concerned that they may not be able to afford their rents, and worked with the mayors of Highland Park and Edison to delay our respective property tax deadlines. We coordinated with the First Presbyterian Church Food Pantry to ensure that low-income residents in need had access to food and supplies. We worked closely with our state and federal legislators on a variety of bills and policies to ensure that our residents, business owners, and our borough would receive the financial relief we needed to endure this crisis. Finally, in recognition of so many of our residents tightening their belts, I signed an executive order limiting borough spending and freezing all hiring in an attempt to stabilize our taxes while doing our best to maintain borough services. Throughout the pandemic, we developed and supported a variety of innovative programs designed to help carry one another and stimulate our economy. For example, the borough created a program called You Have a Friend Here, in which residents signed up to keep tabs on borough residents over the age of 70. Led by Councilwoman Sherry Rose Rubin, You Have a Friend Here enlisted nearly 120 volunteers to check on older residents and make sure they felt supported and connected to our greater community. Sometimes just saying hello was enough. In other cases, residents had more specific needs that were met in a variety of ways. We reactivated It Takes a Borough as an online resource to orient residents toward many state and federal relief programs. Councilman Hirsch helped coordinate Feeding the Front Lines, a program designed to feed essential workers, hospital employees, and those in need with nearly 2,000 meals from local businesses. Also, when safe access to groceries became a concern for many of us, Councilman Delia helped open channels for the pickup of locally sourced grocery staples through our farmers market and boxcar. We were all so proud when the creative work of our farmers market was featured nationally in the May edition of Smithsonian Magazine. From the outset, we felt it imperative to protect Metuchen's greatest economic asset, our downtown. Throughout our state, and indeed our nation, it has become clear that a significant number of businesses have closed or may close by the end of this pandemic. But we made a decision here in Metuchen to do everything we could to avoid that outcome. In conjunction with the dedicated work of the Metuchen Downtown Alliance, I am proud to state that to date, our fight has been far more successful than those in other communities. We are particularly proud that the MDA was able to secure and distribute 2 rounds of desperately needed state funding to almost 50 of its member businesses for infrastructure support, COVID relief, and general operations, an unprecedented level of support for a community our size and not seen in any of our neighboring special improvement districts. Simply stated, without this support, many of our businesses may not have survived. Of course, businesses need so much more than grant programs to continue to operate. For example, one of our first programs, which we planned before the pandemic began, the Downtown Metuchen Delivers program, was designed to encourage people to order takeout because we anticipated that people would, at some point, be prohibited from dining in. Shortly thereafter, we developed a curbside pickup program so that cars could park briefly and for free right in front of desired businesses when ordering takeout or buying goods. Weeks before the state released its plan for outdoor dining, we proactively developed an extensive business revitalization strategy for restaurants and retailers to significantly expand the use of outdoor spaces, which included the use of parking lots and closing New Street to traffic on weekends, and ultimately reducing it to one-way traffic 7 days a week. Through a collaboration with the Metuchen Arts Council, we brought live music to New Street on summer weekends so people could dine and be entertained under the stars. These efforts have kept Metuchen thriving, and we can proudly say that despite the challenges that the pandemic presents, there continues to be significant interest by so many in the investment in our downtown. Since March alone, 7 new businesses have opened or will open, and this number does not include any of the 4 major downtown projects that our Borough Council approved just a couple of weeks ago. Perhaps one of the main reasons that both businesses and residents have chosen Metuchen, even during a time like this, is the way our community inspires, celebrates, and stays connected. Residents were encouraged to chalk their walk in support of first responders. The Metuchen Arts Council presented Metuchen is Home in an effort to elicit and showcase residents' artistic creations inspired by the conditions of quarantine. The borough worked alongside the leadership of our various youth recreation leagues, like Metuchen Baseball and Softball and the Metuchen Soccer Club, to ensure that our children could enjoy safe programming throughout the year and into the fall. And we even created our very own drive-in movie experience with the help of Boxcar. The Halsey Drive-In was a huge success and presented 3 sold-out films. Now, we all know love doesn't wait for the end of a pandemic. And I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but performing weddings is one of my favorite jobs as mayor. And I was so honored to assist every couple that sought marriage during this difficult time and accommodate them by performing ceremonies outdoors. We were able to anticipate that the holidays this year would look and feel different. But instead of letting that get us down, we took specific steps to lean into holiday celebrations and offer fun and creative alternatives to our usual traditions. In the spring, we passed out Easter eggs filled with candy so that children could still enjoy Easter egg hunts at home. And for those who celebrate Passover, we handed out boxes of matzah because it was particularly difficult to find this year. Because we had to cancel the Memorial Day parade, we shifted to a rolling parade throughout the entire borough. And with the help of a dedicated group of borough children, we were able to execute a successful plan for the observation of Halloween. The Metuchen Area Chamber of Commerce held successful house decorating events around Halloween and Christmas, and with the help of 8 private companies, we were able to produce Metuchen lights. For the last month, Metuchen's downtown has been warmed by lights which have served to lift our holiday spirits by lighting up our downtown in a way like never before. The pandemic forced us to focus on things that were not originally on our agenda 1 year ago, but that did not keep us from losing sight of those objectives. At a time when governmental services are more critical than ever, we reorganized the borough administration and specifically designed the role of borough administrator to be more of a administrative and resident service-oriented position to focus on the core responsibilities of public administration, such as human resources, budget, finance, and the day-to-day operations of the borough. Melissa Perlstein officially began her service as borough administrator on March 2nd, fewer than 2 weeks before the effects of the pandemic arrived in our borough, and we are incredibly grateful for the way she hit the ground running and for her expertise and assistance throughout this complicated time. We created the position of Director of Special Projects to ensure the success of many of our critical infrastructure and developer-led projects throughout the borough. And thanks to Jay Muldoon, we are now able to take a greater leadership role in managing the scope, magnitude, and timing of the many projects that require borough leadership. We also streamlined and made the borough's preliminary land use process more practical by replacing the Technical Review Committee with a more efficient and straightforward process designed with resident applications in mind. Pedestrian safety continues to be a major goal of this administration, and while we still have a long way to go, the borough has accomplished so much in such a short period of time. After successfully lobbying the county to reduce the speed limits of its roads in the borough to 25 miles per hour, we were successful at convincing the state to do so as well. Now, nearly all of our borough roads are limited to 25 miles per hour, and pedestrians are safer because of it. Additionally, the borough finally installed lighted crosswalks at 5 major crossings which had previously been identified as dangerous. We also daylit the corners in front of Mangia Toscano and the Greek on Main by placing bike racks and flower pots on the road on diagonal corners, which we hope will make it safer to cross at that location. With the installation of just one sign on Main Street warning trucks of the height of our rail bridge, we believe that we have cut bridge strikes in half. We continue our work toward the planning for the $9.3 million North Jersey Transportation Planning Authority grant that we received for the benefit of Main Street. This is a federally funded grant, so we're still a few years away from implementation, but we are confident that when it's done, the project will ultimately serve as a model for pedestrian safety improvements throughout New Jersey in downtowns. Our work toward the development of the Metuchen Arts District continues. We hired an arts consultant who could help us with industry experts and gather extensive public input. This work will ultimately provide the borough with extensive guidance on the district's eventual business operations and to ensure that the project is as successful as possible for our community. Also, with the help of the TV and Technology Committee, we successfully created Metuchen's Cord Cutting Guide, which marked the first borough consumer advocacy project for our residents. 2020 was a census year, and we forced ourselves to find alternative plans for encouraging individuals to get involved in this campaign. It led to one of the leading voter participation showings in all of Middlesex County, and this was truly an incredible feat under these difficult circumstances. Thank you, Council President Linda Koskoski, for your hard work. We have set yet another ambitious agenda for the year ahead as well. For example, we have finally completed soil tests on the properties adjacent to the First Aid Squad, which we hope will be the future site of the Metuchen Fire Department. Just this week, we received an engineering report that will help us determine our next steps towards design and construction. Also, we have made tremendous advancements towards the construction of a new Durham Avenue sewer pump station that will be built as part of a shared service agreement with Edison Township. Both Metuchen's and Edison's existing sewer pump stations sit just a football field's length from one another, and both are in dire need of replacement. It would be an enormous waste of public resources for both municipalities to separately build new pump stations. Our shared service agreement will ensure that each municipality saves millions of dollars by building a joint station, and we expect construction to commence by the fall. After Tropical Storm Isaias hit Metuchen hard in August, we were reminded that one of the borough's most beautiful assets also presents one of our potentially greatest liabilities: trees. In the days that followed, we asked that our legislators help us secure $100,000 for the removal of threatening trees. With the help of the borough's Shade Tree Commission, these funds will be spent this year, and we expect that they will go a long way toward maintaining the beautiful treescape we have here in Metuchen and making us all safer. As many of you know, we recently approved Manasquan Bank's construction of a new bank building on the corner of Main Street and New Street. As part of this plan, the bank informed us that it would be consolidating its other office spaces into this new location. And after extensive negotiations, we are grateful to announce that Manasquan Bank will be donating its drive-through portion of the property at 429 Main Street to the borough. Upon receipt of this property, I am most excited to announce today that for the first time in decades, we will be embarking on the concept of building a new park in Metuchen. This won't just be any park, but it will be an adaptable and distinctive pocket park in the center of our downtown, designed with the demographics of the borough in mind. This park will transform one of Main Street's most underutilized spaces into a versatile downtown refuge and local gathering place for friends and families, and even a quiet space for reflection. Here, you could meet up for a downtown walk, hold an outdoor meeting, grab lunch with a coworker, eat your ice cream cone, and yes, have a beer. Since the property will be owned by the borough, a restaurateur will be eligible to hold what is known as a concessionaire's liquor license for the purpose of opening a beer garden in the park. Studies have shown that downtown pocket parks provide increased opportunities for gatherings, relaxation, and they make communities safer and more sociable. We expect that we are about 18 months out from making our downtown park a reality. Metuchen has always valued its history, as represented by its beautiful, quaint neighborhoods. But this year, we will be taking two important steps toward preserving the historic character that so many of us greatly appreciate. First, thanks to the effort of our Historic Preservation Committee and our borough planner, we hope to add a historic preservation element to our master plan. This document will evaluate Metuchen's historic resources, develop goals for their preservation, and incorporate preservation into other planning processes. In addition, thanks to a recently awarded grant from the New Jersey Historic Trust, the borough will retain a consultant to help us consider our options for the adoption of a historic preservation ordinance. Our town's ambition is not limited to infrastructure improvements. Over the last few years, our community has shown a renewed commitment towards equity and inclusion. In the wake of the killing of George Floyd in Minneapolis last June, hundreds of residents showed up for rallies and protests to insist that Black Lives Matter. A large part of the local and national discussions was on equitable policy and practices, and part of having one of the most professional and prepared police departments in the state requires that we continuously review our actions to ensure that every person is treated equitably, no matter the circumstance, and that borough policies are reflective of the welcoming and inclusive community we strive to be. As a result, we form the Mayor's Police Equity Commission, whose work continues at this very moment, and as part of a state and national commitment to action that will ensure that the Metuchen Police Department remains one of the strongest and most compassionate departments in the state of New Jersey. In this same spirit, I am proud to announce that we will be expanding the Human Relations Commission, which was reformed a few years ago in an attempt to establish a stronger and more open dialogue and action in the borough. We will be expanding the HRC from 7 to 11 members to further develop HRC's programming and efforts in the years ahead. In addition, half of our appointments to available positions on borough boards, committees, and commissions will go to historically underrepresented members of our community. Representation is an important first step, but certainly not the final step as we strive to do a better job of ensuring that every aspect of our borough looks like the community we serve. And I encourage all organizations in the borough, civic and otherwise, to consider these same steps around inclusion and representation. Speaking of those who serve our borough government, our residents expect that every one of us uphold an unimpeachable standard of ethics. Whether we are mayor, council member, or a member of a commission or committee. Although our borough elected officials are subject to the local government ethics law, which emanates from a statute governing all municipal leaders, we think it's time to take things a step further. This is the reason I'm calling upon our borough council to adopt a code of ethics, which would apply to all elected and appointed officials in Metuchen. It is a privilege to serve your neighbors, and when we serve in these roles, we must act in a way that reflects our community's respect for the borough. To round out this most unusual year, you probably think I've forgotten about bears roaming our streets in July. Perhaps even they were attracted to the borough's sense of community. For all this year's woes, for all its chaos, the resolve of our community, its residents, its local business owners, and civic leaders makes me more proud than ever to be your mayor. Together, we made the well-being of the community our top priority, and we have persevered. We have shown that above all else, we are always better together when working as one Metuchen. I wish you all a very happy and healthy new year, one that enters with optimism, knowing that nothing can hold us back.
All right. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Nothing like watching yourself give a speech. Definitely one of the odder things that you'll do in your lifetime. I'm going to move on at this point to the new business consent agenda. Council President?
Can I just say that was a great speech?
Was.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for highlighting all the things we did. You know, we spent a lot of time in our homes meeting on Zoom, but so much got done. And so thank you for taking down that lane.
You raised it before when you were talking, Linda, about the team we put together with Melissa and Jay and you and me. I mean, the number of hours that we spent on the phone, and then side conversations with a variety of council members, all the council members at different points and different projects were involved in different pieces. And, then we would sort of reconvene and check back with one another. And I don't know that we ever had more than two or three things in front of us at any given point, but we always had at least two or three things. And then when you add them up, as you're going through the year and sort of a diary of sorts and figuring out what happened, it's just incredible. I mean, this community is incredible. Everybody says that about their town, I'm sure. I'm sure every reorg meeting today, you'll hear that. But I'm just so proud to be part of this team, because you look at it with some perspective, and we've got a long way to go, right? We all know that. We've hit, I think, 4 today. We just got 3 more cases today. But just to put things in perspective, it's up and down. We had 16 new cases in the borough just on Christmas Eve, for example. And, I don't know the exact numbers, but I would say probably more than a quarter of all of our cases for this entire time came in the month of December. I mean, we're really in a tough spot as a borough right now with respect to coronavirus. But the fact that we've gotten this far and we're in this position at this point is just incredible. And it's a testament to all of you and to everyone in this community who's worked so hard. So I'm not trying to give my same speech again, but it is, you can almost get emotional talking about it. So thank you to all of you, really.
And I got to tell you, the idea of like having a beer in the pocket park is life right now. I can't.
That's great right now, right? Yeah, at least we gave ourselves an 18-month leeway on that. So
whatever, it's something to look forward to,
All right.
Okay. All right. At this time, I move to approve a new business consent agenda resolutions 2021. Oh man, 2021-01 through 49.
Great. Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
You're on mute. Second.
Second?
Thank you, Sherry.
Okay. So who's the second there? Who won?
Sherry
that?
Rose.
I think Dan won.
You got Sherry Rose got the second for our clerk's purposes, for Susan's purposes. Okay. We got a motion, a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Seeing none, we are now into public comment, and we've got a number of people here, obviously, who may or may not want to make public comment, but that's just the option that you have. And if you do you know how to put the wave sign up so I can call on you?
And Mayor, we do not have any on the public meeting comment.
Okay, so there's no emailed comments.
No.
Is there anybody who's here with us right now who wants to say something?
May I say something? This is Ron Rios.
Commissioner Director. Nice to see you. Go ahead, of course.
Good afternoon, and I would like to wish everyone in Metuchen a happy, most importantly, healthy new year moving forward. I feel very confident that Metuchen is in great hands with you, Mayor, and with the council that you have. I'd like to say congratulations to Councilman Hirsch and Councilman Kendall. I love going to Metuchen. I'm a frequent flyer. I love the restaurants there between Civilli's and Greek on the Main and lots of balls. And then, of course, love your downtown area when we go to the fall street fair there. And unfortunately, we couldn't have it this year because of the pandemic. But, Metuchen stood strong under your leadership and the teamwork that you have with your council. So I just want to say kudos to all of you. The residents are in great hands with all of you there at the helm. And again, I wish everyone a happy and healthy new year. And I know I'm confident that this is going to be a better year than 2020. I'm glad that 2020 is behind us. And again, Middlesex County is here for you. And all the commissioners that we have on our team are very cooperative and helpful to you and your team in Metuchen. So 2021, thank you that you're here.
Thank you, Commissioner Director. We really appreciate it. We appreciate the Middlesex County support of this community. There was so much that we've done together with the county and the borough. So much that people know about, and much that they don't. And just it's incredible when you call knowing that you have a partner and a friend on the other side. And that goes for our legislators too. We've got two of our out of the three LD18, our legislative district leaders on this at this meeting. And it's just wonderful to be able to work with people. Not every town can say that. And it's wonderful to be able to have partners to help you get your community through. So thank you. Anybody else wishing to address? It looks like Rajesh Sharma. I'm going to unmute you. You've raised your hand. Nice to see you, Rajesh.
Thank you, Mayor. Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year.
And yes, thanks to Mayor, Councilman Hirsch, Councilman Kendall, all of you. Councilman Hirsch and Linda had worked with us for last few years, supported our cause here, whatever we do in the town and whole Middlesex County in general. So I just want to thank everybody and congratulations for, to Councilman Hirsch and Councilman Kendall for the term. And congratulations to Linda for her being president again of the council. I'm looking forward to working with you. And Mayor support, Mayor supports us. Dan Hirsch, Councilman Hirsch has been with us. Whenever we did the cleanup of the Route 27, he comes and helps us out. I posted tweeted some of the picture. You can go and check it out. And thank you very much. Looking forward to working with you.
Thank you, Rajesh, and thank you to everything that you and SIWA International and your group and SIWA have done through the pandemic. I know that you were handing out PPE when that was really hard to come by to a lot of our volunteers, our fire department, our police department, and you offered it and opened it up to other people in the region. It was so important to have organizations, not just government, but civic organizations like yours, religious organizations, charity organizations step up and do what they've done. So thank you so much for your help during this pandemic as well. Anybody else from the public? Okay, seeing none. We're okay. I'm sorry.
Probably in the corner, Mayor.
Assemblyman, nice to see you.
Nice to see you. And first, I just want to congratulate Dan and Tyler for being sworn in today. And Mayor, as we've worked together so often with yourself and your council and the town itself, obviously, anything that we can do, Patrick and myself, obviously, Nancy was sworn in today. She's now not part of the LD18, but she is Middlesex County's new clerk.
Yes.
Which congratulations to her. But as I was saying, anything that we can do to work together in this 2021 year, and I believe as the year goes on, it's going to get better and better and better. So we're here for you. Anything we could do with the borough, with relation to the state, we're absolutely here to help you in any way we can, Mayor. Anything we can do.
Thank you. We know that. As I said before, we know that. This has been, this is a very communicative team, and it's not just here in Metuchen. It's all the contacts, all of the entities that surround us. So thank you. You've been incredibly helpful, Assemblyman.
Thank you, Mayor.
Are there other comments from the public?
Mayor?
Yes, Council President?
I would like to make a comment.
Go for it.
I just wanted to also note how awesome it is that we are diversifying our commissions. That's been an issue I've been very committed to over the years in my participation in local politics and on the Democratic Committee, and as I moved into council. And I wanted to just take a moment to thank the Human Relations Commission for putting on such an amazing series over the year. They put on several awareness meetings, how to be a better ally to our Asian neighbors, our Black neighbors, our LGBTQ neighbors. And I feel like all of that helps to contribute to us being able to diversify our local government and our leadership. So I just wanted to note that I'm very happy we're moving in that direction, and I remain committed to being able to keep going in that direction. So that's my comment.
Great. I agree, and as I mentioned in my speech, it's so important that this borough as a whole looks like the community that we serve, and so I think this is a big steps in that direction. Any other comments from council members? No? Congratulations, Dorothy, on your vaccine, first step of your vaccine yesterday. That's very exciting.
Yes, trust me, I'm very happy to get it, even though I've already had coronavirus and I have the antibodies, but to get to that point of getting the vaccine, and I hope, that other people can follow and have faith in it, and so we can get back to normal activities.
Yeah, Dorothy got it as part of her job at JFK, and we appreciate that Hackensack is doing that with its employees. And eventually, hopefully, we'll get to everyone, right?
Absolutely.
Great. Thank you so much. And we're going to end with the benediction.
Mayor, if I may.
Yes,
yes. Dennis, Susan, just for the record, we haven't received anything in writing from a public comment standpoint.
Yeah, earlier, Ms. Jackson had suggested earlier that there was nothing.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, that's all right. Thank you for doing your job. Been there, done that in my personal capacity. All right. Sounds good. Is there anything else? All right. With that, we have Rabbi Eric Rosen from Neve Shalom, who's going to give the benediction.
I want to express my gratitude for this opportunity to honor the leaders of our community and the commitment that they're making to support us and to lead us and to guide us. And also, I want to reaffirm our commitment as a community to always see what is sacred in each person, in the soul of each member of our Metuchen Borough. In the Jewish tradition, the most powerful symbol of leadership is the creation of the Mishkan. The Mishkan was the portable tabernacle that the Israelites took with them, that they constructed and disassembled each time they made camp or broke camp as they wandered through the wilderness. As we read in the book of Exodus, first God describes to Moses every part of the Mishkan, every implement that's used in the sacrificial rituals, every plank, every tapestry, every connector. But God doesn't command Moses to construct the Mishkan. Instead, God identifies Bezalel. Bezalel is an artisan with the skills and the talents to perform all of those tasks. But Bezalel's job, Bezalel's special talent, is to identify the talents and skills of all of the Israelites and to guide each of them to contribute what they have individually that will help the Mishkan and the people of Israel reach their sacred potential. So my blessing for this body is that they will have that wisdom, the wisdom of Moses, to have a vision of our highest potential as a community and to lead us there. But that they'll also have the gift of Bezalel, to see the gifts of each member of this community and to help all of us feel engaged and part of the process of building this into the best borough that it can be. From strength to strength, may you meet all of your challenges and lead us from success to success. Thank you all, and amen.
And before I ask for a motion to adjourn, I just want to say that right before the pandemic began, Sue Wernick, who is former Mayor Don Wernick's daughter, gave me Don Wernick's gavel. She said that she thought that Mayor Wernick would be proud to have me use it, and especially during a time like this, it's particularly reassuring to have it. I was using it during our initial round of virtual meetings, and then I brought it back to my office and sort of forgot about it. But I'm glad I picked it up for today. And I think it's symbolic of Mayor Warnick's perseverance and how he brought this borough forward. And I hope that in 2021, we can continue to move the borough forward in the spirit of Don Warnick. And with that, I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
Is there a second? Second by his first something on.
Just to get it on the record, that's right.
Okay, second by Councilman Candell. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting adjourned. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Go Bills.
Happy New Year.